All right, I think we are live. Welcome, welcome. Hold on, I'm getting fully set up over here. We are live. All right. Connection seems pretty good. Welcome. Happy Thursday, June 29th. My name is Walt. I'm the founder, lead designer, and master wizard at Infinite. Great to have the Infinite Warriors here that are with me. I'm gonna be going over some awesome stuff today as a kind of warm up for tomorrow's nutrition gamification masterclass from Infinite. So if you don't know about it, I'm hosting and teaching a masterclass tomorrow on nutrition gamification. If you want to learn more information about that, go to my page on either Facebook, IG, LinkedIn, or wherever you're watching me from, because I'm everywhere right now. But I wanted to go straight into it. Today I'm going to be talking about our only level 5 Orc Warrior JaQuis. I worked with JaQuis last year primarily with nutrition, which we call alchemy at Infinite, and he was able to achieve absolutely incredible results. He is the only level 5 Orc Warrior at Infinite. It's a high level. It's the highest level, and no one's ever achieved it. So I'm going to share my screen here just to show you what he was able to achieve. All right. I think you can see this. Yeah, I think we're good. So JaQuis. This is JaQuis at his powerlifting competition, where he was able to take first place at the USPA Metroflex Classic powerlifting competition, totaling over 1,700 pounds. That deadlift alone, right there, was 677 pounds. Now, there's so many things out there that weigh an extremely heavy amount, and he's basically lifting up a car, possibly, a baby elephant. I don't know, who knows, but that is heavyweight, and he was able to accomplish this incredible feat of totaling over 1,700 pounds to take first place, as well as become the Washington State record holder for his weight class. So in that process of preparing for this competition that you see here, he put on 20 pounds of quality mass. He went from 222 pounds to 242 pounds while only being 15% body fat. And I'll show you some more pictures later. But he went from eating around 2,700 calories to 5,000 calories from primarily whole food sources. We were able to optimize his sleep and recovery and much more. And prior to going into the mentorship adventure at Infinite, he was on the traditional powerlifting diet of eating whatever, whenever, however he wanted to. And that limited his progress, and it limited his strength, and it limited his overall potential when it comes to achieving powerlifting feats like this. So level 5 Orc Warrior JaQuis. Now I'm going to share my screen again, and I want to show you some nutrition statistics, again, alchemy statistics here at Infinite. So you can get down to the nitty gritty. You can really see exactly how we use data and analytics to optimize nutrition, training, and much more. Again, I'm just going to be touching on the alchemy nutrition stuff today, because I could literally talk about this for like 2 hours. So if you want to hear me talk about stuff like this for an hour, then join me at our masterclass tomorrow. But let me share my screen again here. And boom, I think we're good to go here. So yeah, this is JaQuis at the end of prep. So right before his powerlifting competition, this is how he looked. This is the body fat percentage that he was at. And again, we put on 20 pounds on him, and it was primarily lean mass. And that's the craziest thing. And we did this in approximately 16 to 18 weeks, which is absolutely incredible. I can't wait to show you the data and analytics. If you're joining me on IG, feel free to add me on Facebook, Walter Chambers, where you can see my screen and you can see all the data, see all the analytics. Would love to have you. We got people everywhere, Facebook, LinkedIn, things like that. Well, let me continue. So again, you saw this picture before, but let's get into the data and analytics. So real quickly, I just want to dive into combat. I want to show you exactly how much weight that he gained in that process. So he started at around 223 pounds. And as you can see, after 16 weeks, he ended up at 237.56. There's about additional 3 to 4 weeks of prepping him for comp, where we got him up to around that 240 range, which you don't really see here, but you can see that process of growth. He gained a lot of mass in this short period of time, but it remained lean mass, as you can see, as you saw before, which is absolutely incredible. And you can see that this is not just random weight measurements, by the way. These are average weight measurements. So as you can see here, we're tracking 7-day moving averages. Something to keep in mind is that randomly weighing yourself throughout the week doesn't tell you anything. You cannot use that data. It can go up and down depending on your water consumption, what you ate carbohydrate wise, activity wise, how much you sweat, and so much more. So, and if you really want to weigh yourself and get accurate data that you can use that can represent your progress, take your 7-day average by weighing yourself every day and adding it all together and dividing it by 7. And that's how you get your average, and that's what you see here. These are all averages. So the average weight was constantly going up, which is fire, by the way. So I just wanted to quickly share that with you, but now let's get into the nutrition stuff real quick. Again, this is a short live. I'm only going to be showing you nutrition. We're not going to get into all the other details. But look at the calorie growth. This is the awesome part. So check this out. Again, these are all averages. As you can see all these days where we got his calorie average. And yes, he was tracking his macronutrients and his calories. Again, he is a high-level warrior, an Orc Warrior that's competing on the highest level. So the more nutritional awareness that you have, the more precision that you can have when it comes to your growth and your results moving forward. Again, awareness and precision is so important as a beginner as well as an expert. It is so important, but as you can see, he started off on average 2,800 calories. Again, he was weighing approximately 220 pounds, and his average calories were at 2,800 when he first began. And as you can see, we moved him up basically consistently at his own pace that he could throughout this 16-week process, all the way up to around 4,400 calories. Can you imagine eating 4,400 calories? It's a lot. I can't imagine that. Like, on average. And if we dive into a little bit more of the data points here, he had some days where he was eating 5,500 calories in one day. That's how much muscle mass he has on his body, and that's how much calories he's also burning through training and through work and all throughout the day. Because your calorie intake has to reflect your activity level as well as your goals and as well as recovery as well, because if you're not recovering properly, it's most likely because you're lacking either one of the macronutrients I should say, or one of your calorie quantity, so to speak. So yeah, this calorie journey has been incredible for him, but let's dive deep into the macronutrients. Let's dive into protein. Protein, the most important macronutrient you should be putting in your body every single meal. Check out his protein intake. This says so much, by the way. So his average protein intake was approximately 154 when we first began. Okay? And as you can see, it went up and it went down. It had a high of 264 grams on average, and he ended at 210 pounds. 210 grams, I should say. Now, you might be wondering, it's like, wow, I thought his protein intake would be much higher if his calories are damn near 5,000. Well, the thing is you really only need about 0.8 grams per pound of body weight on protein. And as you can see, we reached 210 when he was weighing at approximately 235 to around 240 pounds. So that's approximately around 0.8, and that's primarily what we got him to. And to tell you the truth, if we bumped it up even higher, he might have actually built more lean mass. He probably could have pushed maybe an extra 0.5% to 1% on his totals, possibly. So JaQuis, if you're watching this, up your protein intake, man. You probably could have squeezed out a little bit more progress. Just saying. And we didn't need much more, by the way. Like 1 gram per pound of body weight is the ideal. But we gotta also remember too, he was in a calorie surplus, which means he was consuming more than he was burning, which means we were trying to gain weight and we were trying to gain quality muscle mass. Remember that. And when we are in a surplus, we don't necessarily need as much protein in that process. So this is one way that we use data and analytics to kind of gamify things. Because remember, like, if we are tracking this on a week-to-week basis and we're seeing these trends and we know when to bump things up, especially like in week 4 when his protein went down, we bumped it up. You can now play the nutrition game much better, more efficiently, and more effectively. So, other than protein, this is the most fun part right here. About to blow your mind. Carbohydrates. He started off at 323 grams of carbohydrates. Okay, week 1. By week 15, he was eating 682 grams of carbohydrates. 682 grams. Again, I can't imagine myself even getting to like 400, let alone 682 grams. But for someone like him who, again, was peaking at around 238 pounds, this is exactly what he needed to perform at his best and recover optimally. Because yes, carbohydrates are also used for recovery along with protein as well. I'm not going to get too deep into that. But as you can see, it wasn't just an immediate increase from 300 to 600. We had to progress on that journey, step by step. And again, this is the average carbohydrate intake here. We had to climb week by week, day by day, and get his body used to the more carbohydrates, the higher calories, and the different eating. And this is the process of growth right here. It's never linear. It went up and it went down. That's the big thing. It went up and it went down. And last but not least, fats. As you can see, fats remained relatively consistent. We had a low of approximately 89 grams of fat. and then we had a high of approximately 147. And again, we primarily were focusing on carbohydrates as the primary fuel source for performance, as well as maintaining that calorie surplus, as well as recovery. So this is an inside look into all the data, all the analytics of gamifying nutrition on the highest level. And as you can see, there is so much growth over here, right? And the thing is that we could have changed things around so much throughout this process, and we did. Again, we could have lowered the carbohydrates and had more fats if you preferred that or felt better. But again, carbohydrates, primary fuel source for generating power and generating strength, which again, he's an Orc Warrior who specializes in the powerlifting training style. And for powerlifters, carbohydrates are the primary fuel source. And of course, protein is the primary recovery source. So this is how we were able to achieve this incredible feat. And all through the power of gamification, mentorship, as well as constant analysis and optimization based on progress and results. So I hope you enjoyed that little bit of a deeper dive into a high-level look of what it looks like to train your nutrition skills on a high level with Infinite. This is what we do on a very high level again, but also we also do this for our level 1 warriors as well. Data and analytics, we are very data driven, simply because the higher quality data that you have, the better quality changes and optimizations that you can make. And ultimately, that's the name of the game, is constantly sharpening and sculpting to the point that you are getting better and better and better and better. The next thing you know, you achieved your goals. So if you want to learn more about nutrition and how you can gamify it in a different way other than data and analytics, then feel free to join us tomorrow at our Nutrition Gamification Masterclass, where I'll be diving deep into how you can master your health and unlock more energy, performance, and recovery using the power of gamification. It's going to be all about action. We're going to be taking a lot of action steps, going to be breaking down a lot of complex scientific principles of nutrition that is very confusing, but I'm going to make it so simple that even a 5-year-old kid can understand. Because the knowledge that you understand is knowledge that you will apply, and the knowledge that you apply means better results and you getting closer to your goals. And that's my goal for the Nutrition Gamification Masterclass tomorrow, and I would love to have you there if you stuck this far in this live. But thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions about anything that I covered today in this live, feel free to send me a DM. And also feel free to visit me at our masterclass tomorrow. Feel free to register. It's a limited capacity. We may be expanding some slots here because we got an awesome crowd coming, and I am excited to be teaching. I hope I could be that teacher, that professor that you'll always remember, especially if you apply what I teach tomorrow. It will help you on your nutrition journey, and will absolutely help you play the nutrition game so that you win. So, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care. Conquer your day.